Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag. Before we get into it, just a little bit of housekeeping. I normally put like announcements towards the end of the video, but of course, YouTube being YouTube and people's attention spans, they don't often get to the end. In fact, it's pretty remarkable in the YouTube business for like 50% of your audience to stick around for like 15, 20 minutes or something, but mailbag videos are typically much longer. I do get a much bigger retention ratio over time for the mailbags, because I guess if you're watching mailbag, you know you're in for like 40 minutes of just me opening my bloody mail. So anyway, a few housekeeping things while I open this. This is from BenQ. So yeah, as in the company that do the monitors and stuff like that. But so if you aren't subscribed already, go over to my library channel, that's LBRY. You can use the link EEVblog.tv and that'll take you directly over there. And I'm almost going to crack 7,000 subscribers over there. So it's absolutely going gangbusters. I'm like number 8 in the 8th biggest channel in the world or something like that. It's going fantastic. So if you want a decentralized alternative to YouTube, that is the best one out there. And I still need to do a video actually comparing it to YouTube and stuff like that. So anyway, and also I have done an exclusive patron / supporters video as well about some updates happening over there if you want to check it out. I don't often shout out my patron thing, but yeah, anyway, patron or Subscribestar. Not many people have gone on Subscribestar though, but or a supporter on the EEVblog forum. Anyway, there's an exclusive video over there. I might do more of these. What on earth is this? It's a screen bar plus e-reading lamp. It looks like you plug it on top of your monitor and it lights up your monitor. I guess if you're one of those night owls who works at your computer at night, I guess you want to light up your bench as well. You want to light up your keyboard and other, notes or papers that you've got on the, in front of your monitor and stuff like that. So on your desk kind of thing. So anyway, it's all fancy pantsy. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got ourselves a knob. There's a knob with indents on it. That would be, brightness, and that's it, I guess. Wow, that's pretty fancy. It's got a flat cable. Is that a USB? Yep, that's just a micro USB. So does that plug directly into this bar? I presume it would, and then your bar is powered from USB, or do you have to have a driver? Surely the intelligence would be inside this, but no. Anyway, I can see the LEDs in there. Oh, it looks like it's got different. I can see orange. I'll give you a close-up. I can see orange and yellow LEDs in there, so maybe they can adjust the temperature. Color temperature. Whoa, that's weighty. Geez, I like that. Right, so it sort of clips in here somehow, and this big, that's real heavy weight. Wow. And then that just counteracts the balance of the weight of this, and it sits over the top of your monitor. Cool. Let's check it out. Well, apparently these screen bar light things are a thing. This is 130 Yankee bucks, and this is the Screen Bar Plus, not to be confused with the other screen bars that they've got. And it looks like it's got a reflective surface in there, so you can see the LEDs are along this back surface here, and then it reflects off there. There's 2 screws in the front there, reflects off there and lights up your desk without getting glare on your screen apparently. And it's fancy pantsy. It's got like a there's the illumination light sensor in there, and it'll automatically adjust and apparently keep your desk at night to a certain lux value. In this case, I believe it's 300 lux at 45 centimeters, because lux is going to vary with distance. So I do believe that's actually just above. I think that there's various country standards for these sorts of things about what minimum light that you need on the desk. For example, like here in the lab, I need pretty much over 1,000 lux on the bench to get any decent sort of shots for my video and stuff like that. But if you're working at night and things like that, that's way too much. So 300 might be plenty. And yes, you can use this to adjust the color anywhere from 2700 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin if you really like your blue light. So yep, it just plugs into your USB, and then this split cord just goes up to power the top. Anyway, it does feel like a really nice quality. This is an aluminium powder coated jobby here, and yeah, it's finished quite nice. And as I said, this is really weighty and beefy. Oh, like a spring action in there. So that is just going to clip in there like that. There it is. So you can, it gives a little bit of tilt range there so that it doesn't come down on the screen. But anyway, it's got a lip under there. You just put that over the front of the monitor, and that should accommodate to any monitor. Yeah, pretty much, even the old school LCD ones, which are thick as. So, yeah. So as you can see, I got 1500 lux just from my overhead lights. Haven't turned my studio lights on. If I turn those on, then, yeah, almost 2000 lux here on the bench. That's what I'd typically be shooting a YouTube video out. I found that once you get under about 1000, then, yeah, you know, it starts to get a bit grainy depending on your depth of field. All right, so I'm going to turn the lights off. And ta-da! There we go. Where's she at? That is the lowest. And not sure if you know, I can't even see that. There we go. It wasn't hitting the base, so I need to put it down like that. And that's actually 207 lux. So it's going to be, it appears brighter, like it's oversaturated, like it's impossible to shoot something like this. I do believe it goes up to like 1000 lux. So, you know, I'm getting 700. It is a nice, very nice, even light. And if I, oh, so there we go, I can press the button. I like how it fades in and out. That's kind of groovy. So that might be auto adjust mode. And this is the color temperature. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. Yep. There you go. So it is rather, it is a nice, even light that lights up. I've got a 24-inch monitor here at the moment. And it is lighting it up very nice. And I can't see any major glare, like just at the top of the screen there. But if I just tilt it, you know, you get a little bit along the top, maybe. Once again, it's hard to shoot this, but it really is quite a nice light. Yeah, you're going to have to take my word for it. It's impossible to shoot. Anyway, tear down. There you go. You can see the aluminium extrusion there and how the LEDs are on that surface there. They're not really, it's an aluminium backing, but it doesn't seem to have like a nice heat sink in to the case though. So, not sure what's going on there. If you take that plug on the back off and the end plates, then you should be able to slide this whole assembly out. There you go, but it looks like it's in two halves anyway. Well, sorry, but I can't get that out. I cannot seem to slide it beyond those extremes there. There seems to be something in there blocking it, and I can't figure out what. Anyway, yeah, the backing plate here, which is attached to the PCB, that is not thermally directly connected to the extruded aluminium case. I'm quite surprised by that. This is a nominal, like 5 watts maximum draw, so you would think that they'd want to be getting some of the heat out. They're just relying on it radiating, I guess. Anyway, made in Taiwan, so none of that coronavirus Chinese rubbish. So I'm going to have to leave that. There's just a small controller board in there that's not thermally bonded to the outside case, neither are the LEDs. So yeah, I don't know, I have to run it for a while to see how hot she gets. And if you're curious to know the current, well, at maximum there, about 870 milliamps or so. Once again, at 5 volts, nothing fancy-pantsy, down to 250 odd right down there. So it does get reasonably close to its claimed 5 watts max. Now if we take a look at the LEDs here, that's at 2700 Kelvin. It's got 8 different steps, so I'll just step that in. You can see the other LEDs switch on there, and bingo. And if I adjust the shutter speed, I cannot see any flicker at any shutter speed, so that's really nice. That's up at 10,000, shutter speed of 1/10,000, down to 8. There's just a teardown of the controller. It looks like, yeah, 2 separate ones for those 2 different sides in there. So that PCB inside there does nothing. All the driving is coming from inside here. So two entirely separate strips in there. What's that part number? Can't quite see that on the screen. But anyway, that looks really nice. Matte black solder mask, and looks like a programming interface as well. Well, it turns out that's an MP3398L, and put up the data sheet here, and it's a neat little chip. It's just a step-up LED controller up to 350 milliamps maximum, and it's got that dimming function as well. So, but obviously they don't connect directly through to the encoder in here, so there's got to be another micro on the other side of that board. Don't know why you wouldn't have a single-sided load here, but it's got to be a micro on there to read the encoder and the buttons, and then output the pulse width modulation to the chip, and then drive the LEDs. And yep, there it is. There's the other side there. Looks like we've got a regulator there, the rotor encoder, a couple of buttons, and that little itty-bitty thing down there is the micro. Oh, geez, what is that? Oh, don't think I could be bothered trying to read that sucker. Oh. Alright, there you go. For those playing along at home, I had to put my macro lens on. The trouble I go to for Mailbag. Ugh, totally unappreciated. Anyway, there you go. Little tiny little thing. Ridiculous. So there you go. I had no idea that these things are a thing, but I can see the niche requirement for these if you're operating like, you know, at your little office work desk at night and you don't like big bright lights on, or, you know, you're sharing the room with someone else and they're trying to get some sleep or whatever. And, well, yeah, that's really quite nice. I believe this one's quite pricey as far as these types of products go, but it's probably like the Rolls Royce of these kind of monitor light bar-y type things, desk lamp, monitor desk lamps, whatever. I don't know what you call them, but anyway, yeah, it's really built quite nice. I rather like it. Yeah, that's pretty top-notch design and build quality there, I think. It's pretty decent, and I've been using it for a while, and it doesn't seem to get warm at all on maximum brightness, so no problems thermally, I don't think. So yeah, that's a winner. I'll link it in down below if you want one of these puppies. That's probably one of the top ones on the market, I would imagine. Really neat. I just realised that I should probably be wearing my own merch. You can actually get, it's linked in down below. Often YouTube is supposed to put like a link to my Teespring merch store down below, but I don't know when it doesn't show up for me because I'm always logged in. Anyway, it contains electronic components, Circuitmess in Slovenia. Thank you very much to Circuitmess. Unfortunately, they didn't put Mailbag on it. If you're going to send something, PO Box 7949, Bockham Hills, New South Wales 2153, Australia, not Austria, put Mailbag on it, because I get other stuff sent there and I don't know. So I already opened it and I went, oh, I didn't order that, so I didn't join. Oi! Speaking of merch, we have Join the Resistance. Join the Circuitmess Resistance. That's pretty cool. Small or medium, if you're going to send me a t-shirt, please. It's a large, but that actually looks like not an American large. Looks like a smaller large. Thank you very much. And we have got build your own mobile phone. There you go. For all the young kiddies out there, you can build your own mobile phone. Fantastic. There's heaps of people doing that these days in various forms. And yeah, this one it looks like it's a kit. Thank you very much, Albert, CEO and Time Lord. Love it. Thank you for making this happen. Circuitmess. Got a bunch of stickers. Thank you for showing my first product. The Maker Brino. Oh, I can't pronounce it. Maker Buono. Anyway, a do-it-yourself game console. Yes. I was able to brag the whole day about it. There you go. Be on the EEVblog. Brag about it forever. I'm sending you a new device I designed with the funny t-shirt. Thank you very much. Awesome. You can do it. Yes, you can. So, a lot of effort put into the packaging here. It's got a foam core packaging. So, pretty fancy-pantsy. A bit wasteful, you know, but yeah. Anyway, we've got ourselves a USB stick. Oh, geez, that's a USB stick with card readers and stuff. Don't know why we need that. Micro B, yeah, people still aren't, you know, there's a few things around with USB-C, but, you know, generally, yeah, micro USB is still the go. Is that a, yeah, I thought that was going to be like a hand strap thing. Ages 11 plus, I assumed it was a kit, but I've got the fully built thing. So, oh well, let's check it out. Well, check it out. This is a do-it-yourself kit mobile phone. It does actually come as a kit, but for like an extra $15 or something, you can get it fully assembled. But it does actually come. You do some soldering, but there's some pre-assembled modules and things like that. Look at it. Isn't it terrific? I mean, it is not really polished at all. Just looking at the layout of it, you can tell that it's not a polished design. Like the screws, for example, are just like off at odd positions like this. The first thing I noticed is that the speaker was like half under the LCD here, and this here is actually a joystick, and the power buttons here instead of like. Oh, there we go. It does actually switch on, and it's locked at the moment. So we've got to hold down the hash button to unlocking. There you go. And it does have a color screen. You can play games. It's hackable. It's all sorts of things. So it's designed as like a STEM, like educational type kit. It raised over $350,000 on Kickstarter, so fantastic. There's the SIM module for those playing along at home. So of course they don't roll their own there, they just use an off-the-shelf module. Smart move is at the antenna there. It's all just like stuck in there a bit. How are you doing? Imagine carrying this around and like using this, like talking to people on the hang on. This doesn't look the least bit suspicious. Imagine walking around with that. Seriously, that'd be great. I want to take that on the metro just for kicks and just whip this out at the airport. Come on. As if you're not going to get the rubber glove treatment with this at the airport. That's great. It's got to be worth it just for the kicks. Just imagine the TSA going, can we inspect your mobile phone, sir? It's part of the requirement to get in the country, which it is, by the way. They can stop you and they can demand your mobile phone and access to it. Otherwise, they can boot you back out of the country. So, yeah, go give it to them and go, here you go. That's my mobile phone, sir. Knock yourself out. And I just noticed, look, there's one screw missing over here as well, so that's only got 3 screws in it, so the design is, it's just rather funny. It's all, it's really quite messy. There's no, finesse, no spit and polish in it, but, it's terrific. And unfortunately, I didn't get, any of the build instructions with it, so it's all about, in terms of if you want to get this thing and build up, I don't know why you would buy it pre-assembled. Half the fun is doing it yourself. There you go. It's got an auto switch off, auto lock, and you can play games and you can hack it. You can program it using a graphical programming language as well. And it's just good fun to play around with and good kicks just to take this somewhere and just use it as a phone. That's fantastic. I believe it supports all the requisite protocols in most countries and things like that, but definitely check the website before you order to make sure it's compatible in your country or whatnot. So we've got the SIM on the side, micro SD card at the bottom, USB, that'd be for charging. It's got a headphone jack by the looks of it. None of that headphoneless jack fruity Apple rubbish, but it doesn't look. It's just look. There's no symmetry in the mounts and stuff like that. Sort of so you can just squish that down in the corner there. But it's hilarious yet fantastic at the same time. I really think that's neat. Oh, geez, that's a loud beep. I don't know. Oh no, you can't press that. No, I thought that joystick could have a... There we go. Music. Photo. Do we have any photos in there? Box 1. Make a bueno logo. I can't pronounce that. Someone's going to correct me. There you go. Make a phone. 1. Ta-da. Neat. Default ringtone. Funky and fresh. I want funky and fresh. Yeah. Yeah. Demonetized. Ribbit. Seriously? Oh, goodness. Let's give the flashlight a whirl, and that's all the lights on the back. You can, no less than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of them is behind some of the wires there for the battery. That's just terrific. On, off. There we go. There we go. And we can change the colour. Battery critical. Oh, no. Oh, the battery died. I still had it showed a decent battery level there. So that battery gauge, or it's some one hung low battery, is it? Anyway, yeah, it showed a decent amount, but I've only been using it for like the few minutes I've been shooting this video and it's died. Oh. And of course you can play games on it, which is pretty cool. Cool. Got all excited that it's got a camera in it. No, it's just a screenshot. Ah, well. And just booting back up, it's the Circuitmess Ringo. There is no, Ringo logo anywhere on it, though. So I'm not sure what the deal is. I mean, if you're going to, at least put the name on it. I really like that you get the different tones when you press the buttons. And overall, it's actually quite slow. Loading Space Invaders very slow. Restarting here is taking forever. It's got an STM32 processor in it on this board down in here, I believe. But yeah, anyway, and I'm not sure what these buttons down here are going to be doing. Haven't RTFM'd or anything like that. But anyway, there we go. We're rebooted, and I've got a SIM card in there now. So it's loading. Is it going to do anything? Now, at one point, it did actually show Telstra up there, and I've got a Telstra SIM in this thing, which does the SIM works. So it did actually connect to the system and know it's a Telstra SIM, but I never saw any bars up there. Now, I've taken this outside because it was actually saying that was actually getting Telstra up there, and it was saying, no signal or whatever. I thought, okay, I'm inside the lab. It may have a poor antenna, but no, even outside, it doesn't work at all. So I'm not going to spend any more time troubleshooting this. Sorry about that, but I'm sure it does actually do the business. There just might be something quirky with Australia, Telstra, my SIM card or whatever. Not sure what the deal is. Anyway, that's a rather interesting do-it-yourself kit phone, and it's kind of fun, even if it lacks any real spit and polish in terms of design finesse at all. It is, there's no attempt to make it, a smaller, finished, polished or symmetrical looking. But anyway, it's pretty cool to be able to just make your own mobile phone like that. That's great, and really and carry this thing around and use it, worth every cent just for the lols, especially at the airports. That'd be great. Linked in down below. Well done, Albert. Got one from the United States of America, USA, Larry Schneider. Thank you very much. From Ellsworth. Never heard of Ellsworth. Anyway, let's have a look. It's fairly obvious from feeling this what it actually was, but it is a... Oh, okay. Dr. Dwayne Hasselman, University of Maine, January, Essential Electric Circuits, Analysis and Design with Practical Applications. It is a ring-bound jobby. Ooh, I see lots of complex number stuff. I still have to do a video on, I see integrals. Oh, I see hand corrections as well. STET. What? What does that mean? I don't... STET? What's that? I don't know. I haven't looked into the details. There's a hand correction there. Periodic sources, all sorts. Oh, this is real fair. Oh, this is for your math nerds. More circles. Is this a used copy? Have a look. I do actually remember getting an email about this now. Anyway, at 75, Larry is studying electrical and computer engineering. Awesome. When I taught chemistry and or physics, thermal was tough on students. There seems to be a similar problem with op amps. There you go. But anyway, they used to use Boylston, apparently, as a sophomore. That's first year university, is it? Sorry, I don't know the Yankee levels. Anyway, we don't call them that here. Boylston's intro to op amps. Yeah, it leaves much to be desired. So he recommends that we check out this one. And the last chapter is also somewhat unique. All right, well, let's check it out, shall we? And it's kind of like a preliminary version, and Amazon prints as needed. So it's like this Amazon print-on-demand service. Essential electric circuits. Why not electronic circuits? Electric circuits? Don't know if I like that. Anyway, a mathematical background. Ooh, 32 pages of mathematical background first. Uh-oh. There's some obligatory errata sheet and stuff like that. Oh, here we go. Mathematical background, notational consistency, humans and numbers, SI prefixes, that's all good. Oh, DBs and stuff. Sinusoids, complex plane. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Euler identity, lines and plots, simultaneous equations, differential equations. Okay. The basics, plumbing. I got to check that out. I got to check it. Anyway, they do go through Kirchhoff's stuff. So, your basic DC fundamentals. So that's all your mathematically stuff. So let's go over to the basics, plumbing, pressure and flow and things like that. There's no diagram. Oh, yes, there's no diagrams for the mechanical version of that. They've just got simple illustrations for the meter. Anyway, there's your Kirchhoff's currents laws and things like that. That looks all hunky-dory. Oh, yeah, getting a bit fancy-pantsy with that. Circuit elements, that's about it. Then your wire resistance, stuff like that, basics. You're talking about your resistance and old school conductance. Look at that. Great stuff. Simplifying circuits. I don't know what's going on here. Brute force solution. I like that. Anyway, circuit analysis. It's all pretty basic stuff. Yep. Got nodal analysis, stuff like that. All good fun. Op amps, here we go. Op amp behavior, the potentiometer. The behavior starts with a voltage divider as illustrated. The op amp, a total of what? What? The op amp behavior, the potentiometer. What? No. What's going on here? You do not start out describing op amps like that. I'm sorry, I don't see the point of that. A pot model? What? No, the PAT model. Okay, yeah, they got little op amp man in there. Oh no, okay, I can see why they're doing that, but no, I do not agree. This is not a good introductory. Sorry, my personal opinion. This is not a good introductory op amp analysis. Nope. No, I mean, come on. No. Summary, and there's your summary. Right, so it's not that long, and no, I didn't see all the general rules and things. No, sorry. Transient response. Oh, that's fun. Oh, there's your op-amp rules over in the ideal op-amp of equal voltages at input terminal. It's not well explained. I'm sorry. It's kind of there, but no. No, there's no vibe happening there. When you start out your ideal op-amps like this, no. And here's their somewhat unique chapter at the end, the real world, which I like. This is basically, the real world is basically what the new Art of Electronics X chapters is. Highly recommended, by the way. I should probably have to do a review on that. It's awesome. You should definitely have a copy. The Art of Electronics X chapters just come out. And yours truly is in there as well. I get a mention twice, actually. Thanks for that. Anyway, parasitic elements and stuff like that. Real resistors, real capacitors. Capacitors, yep, you got all your, okay. Bypass caps, all right. Transient problems with bypass caps. And then we get into some serious looking mathematics. Times 10 oscilloscope probes, nice. But that gets quite serious, how they derive the frequency response. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, I'll link it in down below, but sorry, Larry, I don't think this is a, it's not going to beat out the others that I've reviewed in terms of for beginners or whatever. It's more of your advanced university level mathematical approach. I mean, it has its place. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just, not ideal for your beginners. But check it out. Got one from Australia. Thank you very much, Paul Arden from North Melbourne. Bloody Melburnians. Trying to get another suck of the salve. Too much tape. Got a note. Don't want to read the note. Oh, it's a... Wow. Okay. It is a... You might recognise the name. It's a Chumby. It's a Chumby. Wow. Chumby, of course, was the brainchild of... Isn't it cute? Oh, it's got little beans in it, like a beanbag, the Chumby. It's cute. Of course, I believe Chumby was the brainchild of, he was one of the main people behind it, I think, Bunny, who's a mate of mine. And, yeah, I think it went the way of the dodo, the Chumby. I don't think it's still around. So he just looks like he's just sent various stuff. Oh, that looks like it's not quite a PC104 board. Anyway, it's a PC104-ish form factor. So just a couple of things. Miscellaneous stuff. I like a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Thank you very much, Paul. Yes, I did have Bunny Huang on the amp hour back in number 84. Geez, that was a while back. If you're not subscribed, go to subscribe to theamphour.com. I've got a really interesting interview coming up with the designer of that electric fence controller that I tore down. I've already got that one in the can, so that will be coming up next week, I think. Apparently this was used by like weather enthusiasts or something, and it's kind of, it mentions like PC104 like, but it's obviously, it doesn't have the ISA interface or anything like that, so, love the angles of the Sims. Got a genuine bodge wire on there. Installed at manufacturer Systronics, Salt Lake City, Utah. Apparently they are still around, but their website doesn't have much at all, but anyway. So yeah, this thing is supposed to run Java. Hands up if you're still using Java. That was supposed to be the thing. 3 billion devices all have Java in them. And it's probably not untrue. Anyway, little custom-y type thing that a lot of people use for weather type stuff. Oh, look at that. That looks like a double coin cell stacker there. Get them in series. That's for when you need your 5 volts backup, when 3.3 wasn't good enough. 3.3 volt rubbish on here. Chumby. Oh, isn't it cute? The idea of the Chumby, I think, was that like it was supposed to sit on your bedside or whatever, and it was supposed to be like your wake-up companion. It'd have the weather on the screen or whatever it, was. And look, I love this. There's a switch in there. What? So you just sort of push that? And are these? No, they aren't switches, but it's got like beanbaggy things, I guess. It's really cute and cuddly, and I guess if you're lonely at night, you can cuddle your Chumby. And I don't think I want to know what you do with that. Geez, you'd be really lonely. Anyway, it's all stitched and glued together, I think, but that's all glued on there. It's going to have to come apart. Has to come apart. Sorry, Chumby. Gonna have to get medieval on its ass. It's kind of mean. But there's your beanbag. It's like, do not eat. It's your desiccant. There you go, in there. We've got a 9-volt battery snap. Oh yeah, start to see the boards down in there now. Oh, poor little Chumby. Oh, I can picture the design review meeting on this one with Bunny. Can't have any screws on it. Screws are unfriendly. We want Chumby to be friendly, so let's just all stitch it and glue it in place. But anyway, look, we're in like Flynn. There we go. We've got a whole bunch of the felt material. Oh, poor Chumby. That's what makes him all fluffy. I'm sorry, did I just assume the Chumby's gender? There you have it. There's your micro switch. That's just bent over, a bit how you doing style. That's just your typical long lever one, and I think it's I don't think they've specially formed at that. It's just, they've just bent that over how you doing style. But, nothing wrong with that. You're going to get a decent life out of that, or you bang it every morning, shut the hell up, Chumby. And, I don't know, they're usually fairly decent quality, those kind of micro switches. But there's our little speaker arrangement down in there. Nothing much doing. Oh, and a header cable. There you go. So that's not that interesting. That'll have the speaker driver. I see one of the chippies down in there. Not really going to take that apart. not too fast. Oh, that's got the USB interface as well, so that's probably USB hub. It'll have a headphone driver and speaker driver down on there. And all of this, whoa, look at our shielding tape. Huh. Let's just do a USB board-to-board interconnect. Why the heck not? You know, cheap and simple. Chumby Enterprises Wi-Fi riser version 1.0. So yeah, and another, and there's the, whoa, no, they stuck that in there. They've gunked that down. That looks like a thermal thing, but I don't know why they would, why they'd need that. Jeez, is that glued in there or something? Oh, geez, yeah, I think they might have put a little dollop of glue on there. Anyway, that's our Wi-Fi. They did that over USB. It's interesting, like, that's all they use. That entire top board is just designed to connect. Like, that's just an extender board. Wow, they really must have wanted it off. Wow, that's a lot of effort to go to just to have it like up in this position here, which I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, there's not much inside the Chumby, is there? Actually, you know, you wouldn't expect. There's a processor, you know, some flashy memory and LCD and touchscreen controller and a Wi-Fi interface, and you know, it's one of these Internet of things. It's with love from Bunny, along with some extra EMC copper foil going over to the LCD down there. Afterthought. Wow, 2006. Was it really 2006? That's unbelievable. Some rights reserved. Got ourselves a thermal pad here, and there we go. There's our applications processor. It's one of those. Looks like a Freescale jobby, and as I said, applications processor, memory. That's also doing the that have built-in LCD driver and everything else, and just miscellaneous support stuff. So nothing huge doing there at all. It's exactly what you'd expect, because a Chumby is just an internet-connected processory screen doodad thingy. It's all in the software. So anyway, that's like kind of cool. I do like the concept, you know, this cuddly, friendly Internet of Things back when, you know, that was big in 2006. Really? That is 14 years ago now. No. That's insane. Anyway, yeah, when, you know, these internet connected devices were all the rage. Does anyone know how long the Chumby lasted? Were there follow-up products? I haven't been following the story, but yeah, cute concept, you know, this little friendly thing that you put on your bedside table that looked just warm and cuddly and soft and squishy when you cuddle it, and you know, terrific stuff. Good on you, Bunny. Hi to all my Canadian viewers, in particular D. Sholo from Sook, S-O-O-K-E, Sook, Soki, Canada. Sorry, I don't know. Only been to Canada once, I don't. Now, the interesting thing about this is I think I know precisely what this is. If I mentioned 1980s, in particular date on here, 1983, it's a chip. And if I mention, the chip number's not on here, but if I mention SPO, I think everyone's going to know what, well, a lot of old timers like me are going to know what SPO means in terms of chips from the 1980s. You know, I'm an 80s fanboy, a child of the 80s, and let's have a look. Hope it's in a tube. Yep, it is in a tube. And let me see if it is the chip. I think it is. And can barely read that. You've got to get the light at the right angle. Yep, the SPO256-AL2 Speech Synthesizer chip. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I was a boy, I built my own SPO256-AL2. It's a speech allophone chip, famously, and it could make your projects or your computer talk. I designed it so it hooked up to the PC parallel port, and I could send it commands and make it talk. It actually had a companion chip as well, which would do string conversion. So all you had to do, if you wanted to just use this chip directly, you had to actually know, I think there were like 30 or 40 different speech allophones, they're called, programmed into it. And you had to sort of, to make up a word, you had to know which allophones to use. And so it was a bit difficult. So they also made a companion chip for this that basically converted a serial text string into, or a text string into, I don't think it was serial, I think it was parallel. Yeah, I think you latched it in parallel. And it would convert that string into the correct allophones to make up that word. It was great. And of course, if the word wasn't, if it didn't know what the word was, sometimes it'd speak it wrong and things like that. It used the wrong allophones, but it did okay. Sounded very computery. Shall we play a game? Anyway, SPO256-AL2. Obviously, I can't build this up now, but I don't know where my original project is, but I'm going to have to build up this chip and play with it. So that is a separate video. Definitely. Dave, computer voice chip. I believe this is the same one used in the movie War Games with Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy. I don't think it is, Darren. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think they use the SPO256 for the voice. I'll see if I can pull up some detail on that. Anyway, we don't have a Virgin jobby here, and yes, it is microchip. Back then, Arizona microchip, and before that was called another name, but I'll leave it in the comments down below if you remember what that is. That's only for the old greybeard digital folk to know. Anyway, yeah, the SPO256-AL2, fantastic. Hopefully it still works. The pins are a bit, how you doing? But I'll have to do a video because I used to love this chip. I have to, I'll sacrilege. I'll like hook it up to an Arduino, build up a little board for it and plug it up to an Arduino and program that or something. See if we can get this little puppy to talk. But yeah, can't do that now. Thank you very much, Patrick Sweigel. I'm definitely mispronouncing that, from Sweden. So I had all my Swedish viewers. Tiny little packet. It's always interesting to get little packets like this. You never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. Mailbag is like a box of chocolates. We have a board. Okay, let's have a squiz at this thing. It's got a battery and it's got some LEDs and it does... oh, that has to be an electronic dice. It's got to be. Look at the arrangement there. No, it's a business card. Of course it is. With USB thumb drive integrated. On photo, you see all the prototype progress, beginning with self-made PCBs. These are all, wow, went through a lot of prototypes there for this business card. And I've done like job interview tips and stuff like that. Yes, one of the things is have a novel business card like this. I don't recommend like one like this with components. It's kind of neat, but it's not like they can put it with their other business cards. Yes, people still do keep and use business cards these days. And yeah, it's just, I'd recommend like make it out of like flat flex or something like that. And there's no need to put like circuitry on it. Just the fact that you made it out of a flat flex PCB or a 0.8 millimeter PCB material or something like that. So that's absolutely fantastic. So there you go, Artel Microelectronics. Of course, if you are going for a job and you've got a midnight engineering company, potentially like Artel Microelectronics here, I recommend you don't put that on your actual business card. You could, but it can go, oh, well, they're going to spend more time on their own business than they are with our business. So, it's a trade-off. Oh, it's beeping. There you go. Rolling the dice. Got a 4. Hello. 2. 2 again. Oh, geez. Oh, there we go. 4 again. Anyway, it's got a Johnson counter. Brilliant. Johnson's Lassard.
Back in the old days, there were Johnsons as far as the eye could see.
And what a lovely sight it was.